Good afternoon and thanks for joining us on News Track, reaching you live from our RFA facility. My name is Yaksat Maklek. Frequent power outages and inadequate electricity supply in Pangchin local government area may soon become a thing of the past as the federal government flagged off the 1.5 megawatt Tier 1 solar power project in the locality. The project, powered by the Rural Electrification Agency, is designed to provide clean and reliable electricity to homes, businesses, and public institutions while stimulating economic growth and improving livelihoods. Our Government House correspondent reports Governor Caleb Mutfwang flagged off the project. The report.
The committee visited the Plateau State Local Government Service Commission and the Plateau State Local Government Pension Board. Chairman of the committee, Bendel.
I beg your pardon. We'll take the report and then hopefully return to this. Up next, the chairman of the House Committee on Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Plateau State House of Assembly, Bendel Nanchwat, has called on ministries, departments, and agencies to strengthen their administrative structures for effective service delivery across the state. The lawmaker made the assertion during an oversight visit to some MDAs under the committee's purview. Our House of Assembly correspondent has details.
The committee visited the Plateau State Local Government Service Commission and the Plateau State Local Government Pension Board. Chairman of the committee, Bendel Nanchwat, stressed the need for effective administration and prudent management of resources to ensure that government policies and programs have positive impact on the lives of citizens. The lawmaker appreciated Governor Caleb Mutfwang's administration for his continuous intervention.
You from today and for direct your necessary area to furnish the house with the quarterly reports we use as a tool to vet and see the level of their performance, whether it is in line with what is contained in the budget or not.
Speaking on the achievements of the commission, Chairman of the Plateau State Local Government Service Commission, Simon Tani, said the commission has continued to train and retrain staff to enhance productivity and improve service delivery.
Needed to upscale and to motivate the workforce.
At the Plateau State Local Government Pension Board, the Executive Secretary, Helen Dabub, disclosed that the board has ensured the prompt payment of pensions and gratuities to cushion the effect of the current economic hardship on retirees.
We are working within very strict limitation of funding. But as for pensions, we are up to date. Every month, pensions are paid as at when due.
The lawmakers urged the management of the agencies to continue working in synergy to ensure the effective realization of their mandates. It's been Simi Cholo.
Electricity supply in Pangchin local government area may have soon become a thing of the past as the federal government flagged up the 1.5 megawatt Tier 1 solar power project in the locality. The project, powered by the Rural Electrification Agency, is designed to provide clean and reliable electricity to homes, businesses, and public institutions while stimulating economic growth and improving livelihoods. Our Government House correspondent reports that Governor Caleb Mutfwang flagged up the project, and Mutfwang commended President Bola Tinubu for his continued support to Plateau State, including the upgrade of the Federal College of Education Pangchin to a university and the intervention in expanding electricity access across the country. The governor noted that the solar power project aligns with the federal government's vision of building a $1 trillion economy by providing the energy needed to drive businesses, create jobs, and attract investment. The federal government, through a special intervention fund, earmarked about $750 million to solve power problems in rural communities across the country. The Plateau State government has put in machinery in motion to curb the spread of African swine fever, which has wreaked havoc on farmers in the state. The team, led by the state veterinary epidemiologist and veterinary public health officer Ayuba Haruna, visited some farmers in Jos and Jos Main Abattoir, where they fumigated the areas and gave the farmers fumigation consumables. Our correspondent went round with the team and filed this report.
African swine fever is a non-zoonotic disease which affects pigs and does not have a cure or vaccine. The disease is spread through contact with infected animal, its feces, body fluids, or carcasses. The recent incidence of the disease was reported early July when it had already wreaked havoc on many farms with many swine deaths. Alfred Lail of Champels Farms, Savombarki, Raphael Ndong of Gloria Farms, Zarmaganda Die, and Tabitha Jahota of Shikrit Farms, Kwatazawa, are some farmers who recorded losses due to the disease.
Moment for us for the past 2 weeks. We have been hit by ASF, African swine fever, and we've recorded a lot of losses. If you see this farm, we have almost about 20 animals in the farm. And if you can check it, that is only the smaller ones that there are just about 4 of them that are left.
I think we lost millions of naira in just within the space of these 2 weeks, up to, like, let's say 15 million naira, because most of our species here are durocs. We have only about 2 landrays, which are also imported, but most of our species are durocs.
Lost more than 55 animals. Most of them were pregnant. It's really a colossal loss, because one of the animals, just one of it, cost over $1 million to be brought to the farm from Ghana. It's a really big setback.
Chairman Pig Butchers Association, Jos Main Abattoir, Bulus Awuye, lamented on the situation.
The swine fever, it affected the business so much because, as you can see before too, if you come here, you won't see meat. And we have a lot of goods here now that even the consumer are not even coming again.
Tabitha Jahota warned of pork meat crisis in the state due to the devastating effect of the disease.
So market has stopped, even to feed the remaining. It's now just looking up if government will come to our aid so that we can bounce back, because definitely there's going to be a scarcity of animals.
Plateau State veterinary epidemiologist and veterinary public health officer Dr. Ayuba Haruna said the state government is working around the clock to curb the spread of the disease.
We are assuring them of the efforts of our government to be able to try to take this problem and bring this incidence to a controllable measure.
African swine fever has put pressure on pig farmers who are appealing government intervention. This is Wajal Mantu.
Wife of the Plateau State Governor Helen Mutfwang has restated her commitment to supporting initiatives that promote youth empowerment, community awareness, and advocacy against drug abuse through strategic partnership with government agencies, civil society organizations, educational institutions, traditional and religious leaders, and development partners. The First Lady restated her commitment at a high-level stakeholders engagement to commemorate the 2026 International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking. The event, held at the new Government House, Little Rayfield, was organized by Office of the Plateau State First Lady in collaboration with the Plateau State Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development.
The International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking is aimed at raising awareness on the dangers of illicit drugs and strengthening global action against drug abuse. Wife of Plateau State Governor Helen Mutfwang lamented that drug abuse is one of the greatest threats to the future of young people, noting that it robs them of their dreams, weakens families, fuels crime and violence, as well as undermines productivity. She stressed that the state government has adopted a multi-sectoral approach to addressing drug abuse and illicit drug trafficking, working closely with federal agencies, traditional institutions, civil society organizations, and community leaders to strengthen prevention, support rehabilitation, empower the youth, and various other programs in order to prevent criminal elements from exploiting communities through illicit drugs.
Today provides us with an opportunity to reflect on the devastating impact of substance abuse and illicit drug trafficking on individuals, families, and communities. As First Lady, I remain committed to supporting initiatives that promote youth empowerment, community awareness, and advocacy against drug abuse.
Plateau State Commissioner of Women Affairs and Social Development, Caroline Dufour, emphasized that drug abuse has become a menace in the state and appealed to all stakeholders to step down the message of the high-level engagement to their various communities.
A lot of our children are into this drug abuse and illicit trafficking, and that is why we have to summon everybody to come so we can discuss about this. Let's see how we can stop drug abuse on the plateau. Her Excellency brought you here today so you can go back and step down whatever we're going to learn here today.
Guest speaker at the event, a consultant psychiatrist with the Jos University Teaching Hospital, Kurkat Megida, said drug abuse has become a pandemic affecting the mind, body, and the society. She called for interventions to include health education and prevention, community mobilization, early identification and treatment, strengthening family bonds, promoting health social alternatives, and implementing school-based programs on dangers of drug abuse, among others.
Most of the time, people think alcohol is not a drug, but I tell people that alcohol is one of the most deadly substances among all of it. But sadly, alcohol is classified as a illicit substance because by the time you look at what illicit substance is, it's actually a legal substance. So it's not seen as an illicit substance.
In a goodwill message, the Uja Anaguta Johnson Magaji appreciated all the presentations on drug abuse and assured that the Traditional Council will engage people at the grassroots while also challenging the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency to carry out their mandate on anybody involved in selling illicit substances. I am Tehari Gagara.
The Nigeria Hydrological Services Agency, NISA, has issued a medium flood risk advisory for 17 states across the country, warning of imminent localized flooding along major river channels and floodplains between 21 and 27, 2026. Contained in the agency's National Flood Advisory, the warning followed the rising water levels recorded at several hydrological monitoring stations nationwide. The advisory identified Bauchi, Edo, Imo, Kaduna, Plateau, and Benue as being under medium flood risk, with 11 other states also expected to experience varying degrees of flooding during the 7-day forecast period. Plateau State will face possible flooding in 205 communities, 137 schools, 44 health facilities, 16 markets, 81 religious centers, and 64 hectares of farmland. And talking health matters, the Plateau State government has unveiled the 2025-2027 State HIV Strategic Plan and reaffirmed its commitment to strengthening the HIV response through improved coordination, stakeholders' collaboration, and targeted interventions. The strategic plan aimed at reducing new infections and improving the quality of life for people living with the virus was unveiled during the stakeholders' dissemination meeting held at the Reims Hotel in Rayfield, Jos. Our correspondent tells us more.
The dissemination and unveiling of the Plateau State HIV Strategic Plan 2025-2027 is a roadmap designed to strengthen the state's fight against HIV through coordinated interventions, strategic partnership, and improved service delivery. The Executive Director of the Plateau State Aid Control Agency, PLACA, Esther Turaki, described the dissemination meeting as a significant step towards achieving a more effective and sustainable HIV response in the state.
The plan is anchored on 3 key priorities. 1, ensuring equitable access to HIV services. 2, addressing barriers that limit service uptake and outcomes. And building a sustainable, well-resourced HIV response that is integrated into our health and social systems.
Representative of the National Agency for the Control of AIDS, NACA, Esther Ikomi, commended Plateau State for developing a comprehensive strategic plan and urged all implementing partners, government institutions, and civil society organizations to work together to achieve the set targets.
As Nigeria continues to navigate an evolving global health finance environment characterized by declining external assistance and increasing emphasis on domestic ownership, the implementation of this strategic plan presents an opportunity for Plateau State to strengthen institutional resilience, expand domestic resource mobilization, deepen multi-sectoral collaboration, and integrate HIV interventions into broader health and development programs.
Presenting the strategic plan, state consultant Gagnum Bonji noted that the document provides a roadmap for a coordinated and evidence-based HIV response in Plateau State.
Remember at that time for those who were present, 1.1 means results area 1.1. HIV prevention, 1.2 HIV testing, treatment, care, viral suppression, and integration. Then 1.3 is practical HIV transmission.
The Commissioner for Health, Nicholas Bamlong, represented by the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry, Osaya Bitrus, officially unveiled the plan with support of representatives from relevant ministries, departments and agencies, signaling the state's renewed commitment to ending HIV epidemic through collective action and sustained partnership. Goodwill messages came from the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Finance, Roslyn Dakwa, representative of the civil society organization, Christopher Damcher, state coordinator of the Network of People Living with HIV, Ezekiel Afan, as well as representative of the AIDS Prevention Initiative in Nigeria, Solomon Wekpe, among others who reaffirmed their commitment to supporting the implementation of the strategic plan. In Jos, I am Janet Asut.
And talking food matters, the United Nations report reveals Africa has become home to an estimated 309 million hungry people despite a third consecutive year of decline in global hunger. It also warned that conflicts, climate-related shocks, and shrinking humanitarian support could leave as many as 520 million people facing hunger by 2030. The 2026 State of Food Security and Nutrition in a world report released by the Food and Agriculture Organization, International Fund for Agricultural Development, United Nations Children Fund, World Food Programme, and World Health Organization estimated that 7.8% of the global population experienced hunger in 2025. And on the foreign scene, France Parliament has approved a law to ban social media for under 15s from January 2027, making it the first European country to block young people from the platforms. The law will mean everyone in France must verify their age to access social media. This comes as the United Kingdom and European Union are developing their own limits in response to concerns for children's mental health. French President Emmanuel Macron has welcomed the move, which he had pledged to introduce to mark the end of his decade in office. While skeptics have questioned the law's viability, the government has insisted the online tools to put the age checks in place are effective and safe. Both the French Senate and National Assembly adopted the ban despite some criticism. And that's it on News Track, reaching you live from our Rayfield studio. You can stay tuned for news, global news that comes up by 6:30 p.m. and news update by 10 p.m., as well as other programs on the platform. Thanks for joining, and bye for now.